Today we are going to talk with Ty DeArman, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. So it's OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today we are going to talk with Oklahoma Sooners signee for the 2019 class, Ty DeArman. We're going to dig into how he got to Oklahoma after committing to Arizona State last June, how he's always had Oklahoma on the mind, when he thought that this opportunity could be real, and the whirlwind of thinking that he was going to sign to play at Arizona State and then signing to play at Oklahoma and what went into that decision. But first, let's get some background on a dude who's got 3 stars next to his name, but plays both ways and is 6'1", 190. Now, he projects at the safety position for Oklahoma, but when he was being recruited by Arizona State, he was going to play what they call this Tillman position after Pat Tillman. Hero of mine, should be a hero of yours. If he's not, we probably can't be friends. But if you're looking at a guy like Ty DeArman, you can see how he can do almost anything you want him to do. Special teams, offense, defense. This is a dude who ran the 4x1 in high school. As a junior, had 990 yards of offense and 73 tackles. He was just named second team All-State next to his Sooner signee teammate Jamal Morris. So you got 2 All-State guys coming to Oklahoma in the 2019 class, playing in the same defensive backfield to go alongside Jaden Davis on one side and Woody Washington on the other. Ty also can play some linebacker, which kind of means he plays the game with violent intentions. Matter of fact, that's one of the first things that you notice about him is when he comes downhill, he comes downhill with force, but he sees the whole field. He sees the game in a way that you expect quarterbacks to see the game, quite frankly, and that's why I'm really high on him and his potential. At 6'1", 190, he looks more like an Eric Weddle would be his comp to the NFL because he's so cerebral and because you can do so many different things with him. This is the kind of guy a lot of folks like in the vein that they loved Wes Welker, in the vein that they love Julian Edelman. You just look at him and you say football player. Maybe he's a wideout, maybe he's a safety. You don't really know until you see how he figures out to be in your scheme on what side of the ball. But with a guy like Ty DeArman, who was categorized as an athlete, you obviously have options, especially with 3 safety commits to this 2019 class. Jeremiah Cradell, obviously Ty DeArman, and my man Jamal Moore. So obviously Arizona State was not happy to hear that Ty DeArman had changed his mind. But when your dream school gives you an offer, even if they give you an offer late, you can understand how you drop everything and you say, you know what? I'm going to go to the place that I've always wanted to go to school. And it's going to be really interesting because Ty divulged in our conversation that his dad kind of ruled up a burnt orange fan. And I'm interested to see how that plays out. Now, I know that his dad, Danny, is going to be all in on Oklahoma because that's what fathers do for their sons. But it's always going to be fun to rib your dad when you're wearing the crimson and cream and he's kind of growing up with the burnt orange and seeing him probably wear the crimson and cream at the Red River rivalry every single season. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, now let's get into my conversation with Ty DeArman. You were a late add, late commit, late signing to this 2019 class. We call it New Wave 19. And hey, man, defensively, you guys came together here later, right up until the wire with 4 of y'all, you know, from the JUCO ranks and from Bowie and from, man, what, Jamal Morris is, I was thinking about that the other day. Having you and Jamal Morris in the same class and how cerebral both of you are, playing free safety, strong safety, and what I like most about that defensive back group of the 2019 recruits. But let's just back up and talk about you for a second. So how did you know that you wanted to be at Oklahoma?
Well, it was about probably a year ago that Coach Stoops had contacted me and my dad, and he just started texting me. And he started talking to my dad about they were interested. And so me and him started talking a little bit. Then he came up to the school. And he talked to my dad. Me and him had a conversation. And then I guess it was junior day last year that Coach Riley and Coach Stoops had texted me the day before the junior day. And they asked me to come up. And they said if they weren't serious, then they wouldn't have let me know the day before. So we went up there, had a great time. I talked to Coach Stoops and Coach Cooks. My dad and Coach Cooks, I think they played against each other in high school. because I know he went to Irving, and so they talked for a little bit and had some connection. And then I didn't get a chance to talk to Coach Riley after because he got caught up doing something. But the whole visit was amazing. The facilities, everything. I fell in love as soon as I left. I was like, you know what, this is where I want to be. But they never offered. But I mean, we stayed in contact, just like here and there, and I mean that's about it. I mean, I've been wanting to go there for a while before the junior day because my dad. I grew up in a Texas Longhorn household, and my dad's been burnt orange because he changed over. Well, he didn't change it over, but our school colors are burnt orange and white, and I'm sure it has something to do with Texas Longhorn. So, so him being a Longhorn fan, I've always kind of gone against him, and I've been a Center fan, and like just doing that, and I've slowly just started more and more liking the program and everything about it. So,
well, talk me through not getting the offer, right? Knowing that you're a fan of the team and wanting to go to school there, but you end up committing to Arizona State last June. What went into the process of figuring out, okay, I'm not getting the offer from my dream school. What are my next options?
Well, I mean, when they didn't offer, some other schools like started talking to me more, and then when Arizona State offered, Coach Antonio Pierce, he called me, said they were going to offer, and I hadn't really like known a whole lot about because I know the coaches, like there was a new coaching staff, but I didn't know like a whole lot. And then Coach Edwards, he called me. And so I talked to him, and I heard about him, and I watched some videos, but I didn't realize who it was until like my dad was like, "Bro, this is freaking Herm Edwards." And so
and Antonio Pierce.
Yes, and Antonio Pierce. And so that was big. I mean, he was like, "I don't think you realize how freaking awesome that is." And so
did he give you the?
They brought me up.
Did he give you the "they play to win the games" quote?
Oh no, he didn't.
Okay.
He didn't. I'm sure he did like later on, but not during whenever they first offered that phone call. But I had went up there to visit on my official, and it was. I mean, talking to Coach Edwards, he is the same person as he is on the TV in the interviews. He's like he gets real comfortable, and I mean, he doesn't make it awkward or anything. He knows what he's talking about. So I really like that. So I had committed to them, and it just, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of communication with Oklahoma after that. It was just still here and there. Hey, how's it going? How you doing? How's the season going? But it wasn't anything serious.
Okay. Well, you decide to commit to Arizona State, so you like something there. You like Herm Edwards. You like Antonio Pierce. But you were all set to go there, right? I mean, even up until signing day. Walk me through knowing that you were going to sign your national letter of intent to go play at Arizona State, and then ended up at Oklahoma. What happened? What transpired for you?
Well, I mean, at the back of my head, I've always been a Sooner fan. So when Coach Riley DM'd me on Twitter and he was like, "Hey, have you signed yet?" I said, "Nope." I was like, I said, "No, sir." I said, "No, sir, I have not." And he said, "Okay, well, something may have come up." So I was like, "All right." So I was supposed to sign at like 7:20, I think. And then he didn't text for a little longer, and then he said, "Hey, can you give me a call?" So I called him, and he said, "Hey, are you still in? Are you still interested?" I said, "Yes, sir." Well, he said, "Well, you're ready to do this thing. I am too. We're 100%. So I was like, "Heck yeah." So I get up, we hung up, And I called my dad. I let him know. And he's like, what? And so as soon as that happened, I called Arizona State. I let them know. They said they understand. And so, okay, so the night before, what really sealed the deal on that, making that decision, the night before my mom had came in, she started boo-hooing, crying. I'm going 14 hours away. So that it kind of did something, made me feel some type of way. And so whenever Coach Riley, when he called, 14 hours is a lot different than 3 hours.
Right.
So,
right.
so it's a lot closer to home. I can come visit. And so that sealed the deal.
I hear you. So you decide after you get the official offer, just hours before you're supposed to sign your national letter of intent, that you're going to go to Oklahoma. And now you got all this buzz around you from all these folks that don't know you, right? Who just looking for you on Twitter, who are looking at your huddle film, and they have all these things to say about you. How do you feel just getting all that attention? Do you like it? Is it off-putting? I mean, that's a part of recruiting that nobody really talks about, or it gets to talk about at length. I mean, how do you feel right now?
I mean, I don't feel any different than I did. I mean, people are going to have their opinions. They either like me or they don't. I'm still going to be who I am. Still going to play the way I play. I mean, having fans, that's good. Don't want anybody dogging you or anything. So, I mean, I like it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm still not good. It doesn't do anything to me as a person.
Are you planning to early enroll?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay. All right. So you're going to join up in June.
Right.
That was 2019 safety Ty DeArman, and that's going to do it for me. I'll see you tomorrow. Deuces.